aldermen and councillors, town clerk and council management, members of the public here present, our strategic partner who are broadcasting us. We welcome you to our it's 3,000. It's 3,372nd meeting of the city of Bulawayo. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we all are aware that for the past few days or few weeks, there have been some reports going around in social media and in some printed press about council disbanding the municipal police Omakokova. So I think it is very important for this August House to make it clear and clear and clear, so that those who are willing to listen, those that have got the city at heart, will understand the position of the city. We'll then leave those that don't want to listen. It's fine. So this is the position on that matter. A newspaper article clarified. The heading was like disbanding of the municipal police. With the reference made to the article titled BCC to disband municipal police, published in the Chronicle of Wednesday, 28 June 2023, and article on various platforms alluding to the above, please be advised that this is not the position of the city of Bulawayo. A report outlining various revenue collection strategies was submitted to a special general purposes committee on the 1st of June 2023, and several interventions were proposed, including replacement of the city council municipal police at the revenue hall with private security company, replacement of city council permanent staff in the revenue hall with contract workers, and reopening of Kotama market. These were revenue collection strategies that were submitted in the special general purposes committee. The above proposals were not approved or adopted by council. So meaning to say, the proposals were brought with no malice behind bringing those proposals in a meeting, but they did not carry the day. In other ways, there was no position and no resolution on that. They were actually thrown into the dustbin. So there is nothing like that. We further state that council has no plan to disband any of its sections nor convert permanent employees' contracts of employment to fixed-term contracts. The city of Bulawayo does not also carry out such actions without consulting the relevant stakeholders, workers' union and affected employees. Stakeholders are requested to take note the official position as stated above. So I think the matter is now clear that it was someone who was spreading what he wanted to spread. Thank you very much. We'll now ask the town clerk to bring the question to the House.
City management and staff, esteemed members of the public and the ladies and gentlemen of the media. The legal question being confirmation of minutes of the ordinary meeting held on the 7th of June 2023, attached as Annexure A, pages A to O. Thank you, Worship.
Thank you. What does the House say?
Sir.
Thank you. Item 2, being the report of oil I'm signing. Being the report of Future Water and Action Supplies Committee, will ask Councillor Moyo, the chairperson of the committee, to give us the report.
I move that the report of the Future Water Supplies and Water Action Committee meeting held on the 6th of June as submitted be received and the various recommendations contained therein be adopted.
Thank you. Any seconder? Seconded by Alderman Papa Moyo. Any issues arising from the report? Thank you. Health, Housing and Education Committee. We'll ask the chairperson of the day, Councillor S. Moyo, to give us a report.
I move that the report of the Health, Housing and Education Committee meeting held on the 13th of June 2023 as submitted be received and the various recommendations contained therein be adopted.
Thank you. Any seconder? Welcome. Seconded. Any issues arising from the report? Councillor Patirai.
Okay, thank you, Worship. Mr. Chair, we have so many unregistered outlets in the city, but currently I have a new thought. I think it's better for us to, so as to cube the unnecessary outbreaks. I think it's better for you to make sure that those outlets are registered and at least you inspect them, so that at least they will work according to council, at least the council bylaws, so that at least to cube an outbreak of diseases like cholera and so on and so on. Thank you.
Thank you, Patirai.
Siyabonga Nkosi. Si item 6 lapha na ngithanda ukuthi nginanzelele ngamaklinika. Ukhanya kule mzanyo ezanyweyo ngamaklinika ukuthi kungaba lamaklinika amanye ama-side clinic amancane angavulwa. Lokho ngikunanzelela ukuthi izakhamizi kakhulu ngikhulumela enketha. Bekusigcwala okubi kakhulu labasuka kachana njengemgamini. Kodwa khonoko khona kuyi-side clinica okuncane kuzancedisa kakhulu abantu abanjengobogogo besuka emganwini bebuye enketha kuyabe sekuseduzana ukuthi beyefika laphana ku-side clinic yabo. Sithanda ukuthi sikunanzelele sibonge khonoko umsebenzi ukuthi kungaqhubekela phambili kuvule okukhulu kuyedlula khona lokho. Siyabonga.
Councillor M. Moyo.
Thank you, Worship. Still on the same item. I also want to applaud the Department of Health for such wonderful work that APNM Canin for the first time we are going to have a clinic. But also I would like to say I'm disappointed. There are investors that I brought to the council, donors, not investors. They asked for a written communication that as the council we are in agreement that they can donate to MCANWI. I'm very disappointed because I had to make a follow-up for, say, it took me 2 weeks to get a response from the Director of Health. I'm so disappointed. And those donors, they indicated that in the past, they wanted to donate something to the council. And unfortunately, the letters did not come through and they ended up not donating. So it's, at times people want to assist us. If you are saying council does not have money and you understand the both micro and micro economic environment that is occurring in our country, but then you have someone who comes in and say, I want to donate to you, and you have got a director who can't even write a letter to say to the donor. It's so painful. We are not doing service to our people, and I'm not happy with that, what happened. I hope it's the last time that if you are to engage in donors, you are treated like this or they are treated in that manner. It's very unprofessional and I'm not happy with that.
So, Councillor, we were saying the Director of Health can't write.
I don't know, but I to make a follow-up until I to phone the town clerk, which wasn't even necessary. After 2 weeks, I was communicating with him and saying I'll send to you the letter, but he didn't send the letter. It took me about 2 to 3 weeks, which is very unprofessional. And, at the end of the day, we lose donors because of that. And they, like I said, they indicated that in the past they approached council to make a donation, but someone slept on their duty. And they even the meeting that we had, they indicated that actually there are many people who are wishing for those donations. So when they come to us as the city of Bulawayo, if you are not welcoming, they just simply move their donations elsewhere where they are welcomed. So let's not allow our directors to sleep on duty. We don't date them, but if they are sleeping on duty, if they send the later in the next 2 or 3 days after the meeting, we will not be debating on these petty issues. We'll be debating on issues that have started to move our city forward.
Thank you. It is a good point that Councillor made. Genuinely, when someone wants to give, the person who is in need should show what is in need. But we are all aware that we are a government. I think a local government. And I think we should make it available, donation policy that we adopted. And it must be made public. Those that wish to donate must have knowledge of it. And on top of that, then the challenge comes, the swiftness, the response that we do towards that. Honestly, when someone wants to give you $1,000, it is in his pocket. You can't take 2 weeks to respond. So I think when the donors approach us as council, we must swiftly respond by referring to our donation policy as a matter of urgency, so that people can correct where they might be wrong. Because at the end of the day, the people of Bulawayo must benefit. But what we will not accept are donations that are attached. Are donations that have got ama-yardstick lemgoqo eyokuthi hayi lapha ngadonata kuzalatshwa abakoncube kuphela lapha ngayenza so those are I'm not saying that's the donation yayikhona emganwini. I'm now referring then yokwatshona kuthiwa siyale imchina ye-dialysis. So we will not, ama-donations we do have a council donation policy. So Councillor Mpumelelo, thank you for raising that, and I think the town clerk heard that. Next time they will move with the speed. Thank you. Alderman Rafa.
Thank you, Your Worship. Maybe, yes, we might need some response, but not here. Basically, donations to the city should go direct to the town clerk. Then the town clerk directs to the department.
Thank you.
So basically, Your Worship, ukuthi kumele sibuze sibe ma answers on this item, because sizokuthi kati kwahamba njani, but maybe kodwa wona ama donations nxa ebuya kumele abuye ku town clerk's office. Yena u town clerk's office usesithi hayi i-donation le kaye ku health department, kaye ku engineering, kaye to different departments others in town clerk. So maybe the story ka honorable Moyo iwe funa siwe le interface sibuzane ukuthi kati kwahamba njani, but anyway we expect to any donation we are the right through the right procedure.
Okay. But that does not stop councillors from sourcing for donations. So I think we are clear there. Councillor Mahut.
Thank you very much, Your Worship. I believe that, in fact, first and foremost, before I go the other side, is to applaud the department. I'm told maybe there are 2 clinics coming on board. Other one maybe will be around Manchula and this one from Kanwin. And now coming to the issue raised by the fellow colleague here, I think it's unfair to interrogate him. When a councillor has raised a concern, it's a concern, he's in charge of that particular one. And we don't expect in this chamber that usopu kwenye ndawo engathi hayi mina ngakhubeka la sesithi asiyekhangelisana ukuthi ukwenza ukuthi ekhubeke kumbeni. In other words, it will be like the councillor is lying. So let's respect the genuineness of the comment of the councillor. It is very key. It is not the first time you're having a problem with this department, Your Worship. And right now, I'm being sincere and honest. Yes, it's not the first time. So I believe Councillor Moyo's concerns are very genuine and valid. We have to treat them with seriousness and move with speed. This council or this city cannot expect honesty, Your Worship, for a donation to have said that it was turned away. Umuntu ozonika nje 2 weeks until the councillor has to seek audience with the chief accounting officer, who is the town clerk. I think if the director is listening, he has to pull up his sources. Thank you.
Councillors, when you are here, I will give you an opportunity. When you are here, the man who is very answerable to this house is this one sitting next to me. So can we kindly give orders to him? Because when you give orders to directors, if you say to director, write letter A, maybe has been given a task by his immediate boss to write letter Z. So then he will be charged of, the director will be charged of refusing to take orders. So let's give this man next to me here orders, and there is the one. So meaning to say, Councillor Moyo, the person who failed to write a letter is this one sitting next to me, not the directors. So I'm trying to say.
Thank you. I think I'm the member of the committee. I think it's really a concern, Councillor Moyo. Njengecommittee, I think sizakulandelela sikukhangelisise sikucommittee ukuthi sibone ukuthi kwaphambaniseka.
Your Worship, asazi ukuthi ufuna ukwenza nje kodwa sikhempela ukuthi khona namhlanje isitole lenkosi ngathi ngakhuluma kuphi. Ngibone ngani Your Worship angeke ngihlale. Your Worship, ngibone ngani ubhoswa ibeka kuhle ukuthi nxa ngithole umuntu ofuna ukusiza uBulawayo iqonda ku-office kabani. That is very, very, very important, Your Worship. Angisho ukuthi ukansila wrong udinga abantu bemncedisa sibili. And wananzelela ukuthi engxenye i-concern yaba kakhona kakhulu nje it was better off engxenye ifake emakhandeni incedo lakhona lokuyileyo ngokuncedo nxa ukuyile koBulawayo ku-town clerk. Asasho ukuthi yaphana ngeke lapha ngevele ku-covered already. Or iklinika yakho nekabi functional angithi. Kodwa ngale functional luyawudivert le khona ngale because ithi angazi ukuthi idonation yakho nayingeyani exactly. But enkathi ukuthi sazini njengama leaders ukuthi nxa umuntu esi-approachile uya ngaphi. Angimsoli sibili i-concern yakhe i-very, very, very valid. But attacking u-director mbona ngani ube misplaced mbijani. Ngoba sorry.
I'm chairing.
Sorry Ruzibe uqamba. Mbone ngani Your Worship nasi lapha you should be attacking the committee. That is very, very important because going to attack her ngithi. I mistake enze udirector wethu thini committee. Tshela thina sikuncedise. Not ukuthi uthi phakathi kwabantu ukuthi wena umenyule uthi wrong. O wrong yithi thina ngu-chairperson wethu wrong. So I think it's important ukuthi we take responsibility kansile ukuthi kukhona okwenzakala oku-wrong angithi. But okubuthi ukuthi data sikwazi ukuthi kuyini. Maybe you should have told the town clerk lanxa sokwehlule utshela u-chairperson wethu anje ukuthi kulento enje la bekwazi ukuthi kulento enjalo ebuye mhlawumbe uthi akwazi ukuthi usele answer yangikhona ukuthi wasikwamba njani. Then Your Worship kuzokusuka lama unregistered food outlets atshone ekhutshwa ngubaba lapha uCouncillor Moyo. Ngibona ngani Your Worship last time sake sasho ukuthi sicela ukuthi abise ngoba kunzima ukubona phela into unregistered angithi ngoba nasiyazi ukuthi ngaphi uyayazi. If angasinika i-directive ukuthi hayi wantu yamncela indlela ukuthi gijimele lapha nanje siyabe segijima ngoba ngoba isipelo sakugijima uBulawayo wonke edinga ukuthi ingaphi. So it's important ukuthi asinike indawo ukuthi ihinto ukuthi hayi lapha nagijima umuntu ongarejistanga lapha ngithi you'll be surprised ukuthi umuntu onengqole license osikalayo ngithi ngoba kwakuthengisana. So ngicela ukuthi sibekwazi ukuthi indawo khona actually yiphi silokuthiwa i-wrong koBulawayo ukwedlula amapostora akhonzela egcekeni. Ngiyabonga Your Worship.
But Chairman,
Yes, Your Worship.
justice to what you said, it's a norm. He doesn't need to pick an outlet and say this one. It is a norm that you and your sister departments should inspect these outlets, whether it's a pocket store, whatever in town. If you get the ones with no licenses, deal with them. If they have got, if we'll be happy when this city has got everyone having a license. Anyway, They are saying you must bring the report to them. So please do that. Thank you.
Ayingisasho ukuthi Yoshi bajo. Lapha sibise aba-inspectiweyo yangithi. Yikho bakhona ku-report leyo. So uthi ngabe ngekho banga-inspectwanga, cela babise siwazi ukuthi lwana avakatshelwe. There's nothing wrong with that. Angithi ngiyacela ukuthi babiswe balandelelwe. Ngoba sifuna ukuthi kulawo clear hlambulukileyo, asifuni ikholera koBulawayo.
Thank you.
Worship, thanks for ithuba ongiphelwa. Ngiwayitem 9 lapha okhuluma ngemzilikazi building and maintenance workshop. Ngiyayibona ireport yabo inhle kakhulu. But ngilombuzo ku committee ukuthi emzilikazi kwat 8 kulama toilets ayi3 adonetwayo iNGO yalungisa ama toilet lana kumbe yachiya kusela kancane ukuthi iqedise kumbe wahamba njani. Ase iso ngoba akhiwe then izakhamizi sezizinceda phandle, which is defeating the purpose of having those toilets in the first place. Because ama-toilet ngokuthi kungangcoli. Manje nxa yakhiwa then izakhamizi sezingcolisa phandle. So umbuzo wami ku-committee ngokuthi kambe when are they intending to finish up ama-toilet umsebenzi omncane wasalayo lokuthi officially azaqala nini ukusetshenziswa izakhamizi? That's my question to the committee. Then the second issue, Your Worship, my understanding, yokuthi ama-committees nxa silapha kule report yabo ukuthi siwahlomise silethe imbono ezabancedisa ukuthi abakholisi committee lomsebenzi wabo. But i-trend esengiyibona lapha ngibona ngani is very wrong, Your Worship. I-trend lapha, Your Worship, ama-committee members alanda ukuzodefend.
Why are you pointing to Kumar?
I'm not pointing to anyone. I'm just gesturing. Ama-committee members ale system yoku-defender. Members of this council letter ama-observation abo bona basukuma ukudefend. Hayi wayilingenzanga so. Then umuntu odefendayo engathathi advice will never grow and will never learn. Besicela ukuthi this house i-council le iku-understand khonoko. Akula muntu attackwayo ngo-criticizewayo lapha sizoncedisana ukuthi i-council yethu isebenze kuhle phambili. So sicela ba-refrain from ukudefend. Ungadefenda yonke land uzahlala unjalo ukutanda hethu ungafundanga ngoba uyabudefend. Withdrawn.
Thank you, yes. But Councillor Ndlovu, what we should know, well, I don't want to comment on the subject discussed in donation.
Yes.
But when committees go and sit, we expect them to they use their brains to make resolutions.
Yes.
So when they come here, we don't expect them to put a resolution they wrong. But right, they must justify to us why they made the resolution. Because when they come here and sit a resolution are wrong, we are societies why is about confirming what tender. Thank you, I know it's fine. He spoke about issue about toilet account of law. I think that is what is worth a response.
Thank you. No, thank you so much. Anyway, to all councillors, all your concerns are noted. To what 8 councillor, we have noted your concern, we'll look into it. Okunye okuqhakathekileyo ukuthi kawumelanga ngimelele full council. You have to advise the irrelevant department. You could have dealt with it too long ago.
But to come and just deal like committee, not individual. You are contradicting yourself. Come and say you should take that individual. Do I sit in your committee? I don't sit in their committee, Worship.
No, but there's a
They say you should take that committee. Now we are approaching the committee, that thing is wrong. Suspect.
Councillor Mabuto.
Thank you very much. On a similar item about the issue raised by Councillor Ndlovu, I believe they are very genuine. But for a committee chairperson to say, you don't need to wait for council, because he is meeting the report now, and we are interrogating the report. No, Your Worship, allow me to speak.
Allow him to speak.
This is not a kindergarten, Your Worship. It's an Augusta House, Your Worship. No.
I know, I'll give you a
Yes. That is what we are dealing with, Your Worship.
With what sentiments others that are making that are not in the report.
Yes.
But Your Worship, you can't get me. I have to express myself on a similar item, but because I'm speaking on something which is related to the matter which has been tabled before this council. Right. So, for a committee chairperson, when we are interrogating a report, it is her report, the councillor's report. She has to allow us to vent out whatever we want to say, so that she is properly armed and make proper decisions and correct what she did not correct. Thank you, Your Worship.
Thank you once again, Your Worship. On item 14, firstly, I want to thank the committee for coming up with the proposal to joint venture with the Plan International, the National Council for Disabled Persons in Zimbabwe and INPAS for such a brilliant initiative whereby 161 young people will be trained in partnership with Bulawayo Vocational Training Center. They say it's better to educate a child than to repair a man. You see, the moment we empower those young people who be dealing away with so many things like drug and substance abuse, will be emancipating the young people. Actually, education it's on its own. It's a good investment. So we'll be dealing with the future of this country. As you can see, Your Worship, we are bearing the fruit of preparing a man in this August house. and through you, Your Worship, we are bearing the fruits of preparing a man in this August house. So I bear with you, Your Worship. Okay, actually in Zimbabwe, we are bearing with the question of repairing a man rather than educating a child, which is more expensive. So it's cheaper to cut costs. It's cheaper to educate a child than to repair a man. I thank you.
Thank you. Before we move the report, let me say thank you, committee. You have seen what has happened. The whole Zimbabwe now. When you talk football, when you talk cricket, it's in Bulawayo. This is a sign that our grounds are properly maintained. It's a sign, and we are generating revenue as a city. We pray that Harare and others fail to maintain their stadiums, and we continue to prosper and get revenue. And I'm told we generated good revenue in the Caps United game. We pray that the Glamour boys also do the same. The Masungo United must come. And so we thank you, Chairman, and your department. You know, you are doing wonders. Please keep us wonderful, including the chair, the council of the area of the where Papa Fields is. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much. What are we saying about the report? Report on report of the Environmental and Management Committee. We'll ask our chairperson. I doubt whether I was there.
Thank you, Chair. I move that the report of the Environmental Management and Engineering Committee meeting held on the 19th of June 2023 is submitted, be received, and the various recommendations contained therein be adopted.
Thank you. Any seconder? You are seconding? You are seconding. Seconded by Councillor F. Chamango. Any issues? Councillor F. Msipa. Yes.
amaphodolo ambona ngozi asemanengi kakhulu. Yebo besikhonkotha kodwa besibona kunzima sithi mgwaqo kayilungi. Besihlasela ikomiti le kodwa sibona bekunzima ngozi.
We did not back.
She backed.
So thina besikhuluma sithinga ngosi kathi mgwaqo kwaba namagoti kangaka kodwa sibona ukuthi bakithi besiqhule ecounselini share. Kodwa njengokuthi ikomiti level athi besinjani sihloboza ukuthi sebenze ngendlela efanele kodwa athi sidona sesithengisa izimoto ngosi sokuzakhanya ukuthi kuzabonakala ukubana kuvelwa ngaphi kwiwanga. Ngithanda ukuthi ikomiti layo must pull up their success. Kanti ukuthi for sure uBulawayo avuke abe uBulawayo. Ngiyabonga boss.
On top of that, before you respond, Chairman, you know, Chairman, what you did is very good. Look how much Obana Stripuliana is nice. It's perfect, and we believe it's quality compared to Oma Zimbabwe. You have done quality road and interesting, Chairman. I am happy. It looks like you are continuing up to D Square, and I saw you are preparing also to finish where they ate the money and ran away. Umatipen Road, Japan. This is very good, Chairman. Please, I advise the Augusta House to give you another term as a chairperson of engineering. No, actually, in Pentliabowa, and Ungahamba Gates, I think you could it's a sign out to the town clerk and the chairperson are working very hard. Thank you, Chairman. Any issues arising from the report? Councillor Tima Posa. Item? Anyone before item 14?
Item 18.
Item 13.
18.
Councillor Chikora, item?
We
start with Chikora.
It's just a suggestion to the committee.
Suggest.
As we are winding our term of office, I want to suggest that maybe we need a report that talks to all outstanding works, works that were started by government and they never materialized, they never came to fruition. I think we want to do a proper handover so that those that are coming can see how much we have done as a council and also where we have stalling projects and the reasons thereof. So it's just a suggestion to the committee if they can do that, so that also we will be proud to say, look at what we have done. Look at what government has failed to do. For the past 3 years, I've been standing here, Your Worship, talking about Gwanda Road. I know that that is a national road, but they promised they never finished. They never started, actually, not finished. I talked about CC Road from Harare Road. So ezimayo phezulu lapha kuthiwa yikwenzani ezimila it's a heavy heart, Your Worship, to see all those projects stalling the way they have stalled. I emphasize that we need a report that talks to that, so that the ones that are coming, I know that they are very proud. They have already started to criticize this council, to say these councillors have been failing. And going forward, really, we also need to measure them, where they took over and what they will be doing. So please, committee, produce a report. We want to see whether there are 29 projects. I know that they are around there. What has happened and where we are, so that we move forward. Thank you.
First and foremost, Your Worship, I just want to
take this opportunity. I'm still item 3. Take this opportunity to thank members of the Finance Committee for assisting engineering in terms of procurement for the yellow machines, Your Worship. I think we need to give them a pump. We have made a difference, Your Worship. We're almost going without even commissioning one single yellow machine, but we've done it, Your Worship. Suffice to say, Your Worship, then, like in my ward particularly, I had one road called the Phobia, which was given to a contractor to be re-gravelled. Right, it's over 3 years now. And the problem has always been, contractors, they always fail us, but now we've got our own machine. Just as a send-off to your finance chair, please may that road be done, Mr. Chairman, because you've got it on your program already. I would really appreciate Your Worship if such projects which are stalled can just be finished off now that we've got our own machine. Thank you so much, Your Worship.
If you recall, Your Worship, in past past sittings, I raised these issues, and I was promised that by the committee that they are going to look into the issue of Amasua hotspots. But until now, there is not much that has been done, and I want to report to you that there are some houses, as we speak, that has been abandoned because of the sewer challenges that we are facing. To the committee, what is your plan concerning this? Because we cannot be talking about this forever and forever without any solution being put in place. Thank you,
Your Worship. Ngiyabonga ukubonga kumnandi, Your Worship. Sorry Chairman Shunka. Ngazubonga ufaka usukume mina ubonga. Sir Councillor Shkora, mbona ngani umbono wakho is very good. Mbona ngani le team le department sizayibisa report yakhona ku last council yethu ezaba khona I think ngo-August. Sizayibisa report yakhona le. Then Your Worship, uthe ukhuluma ngathi sifuna imali angithi. Angisho ukuthi imali futhi siyabonga hashi. Ngifuna ukuthi indlela lezibheka sifa so Your Worship azibulawa ngabantu bakubulawa per se. Zibulawa ngohulumende through izinara. Angithi yabona ukuthi ubuhlungu Your Worship ukuthi ngabe imali ebhadalwa imoto zikamendlebe enzele ezanjo zingena kobulawayo ngapha ngabe kuclean kakhulu. And labona ukuthi ngemali encane esithetheyo abantu ezakhamizi nanjo isiyezwe umehluko nganani kobulawayo. So ngabe kuyavuma ukuthi uhulumende akathi izinara ikime mbijana ngithathe imali yama-toll gates ngithathe nangikwazi enzeni kodwa imithelo ibe kithi kungaba ngcono kakhulu Your Worship. Then indaba yamasuwa le vele plan ayiswelakali councillor. Asifuni isuwa vele idubule ngendlela isuwa fa ihambe ngayo fa ingene estation ihambe yewela ngaphi lapho uthithwa khona amanzi akhona bese ihambe siya ngaphi edami seclean. But khonoko nje ukuthi izimali ziyashota ziyasila lapha laphana basiyazama kubulawo semkhulu angithi. And ukuthi amanye amalokhu asemadala kaba lama collapses phambili ngewe indawo kube nzima ukuthi bayibona collapse konke ngabo khona exactly. Yikho zama ukuthi sidinga imchina kathesi ukuthi isibonele ukuthi kaje vele collapse le ngapi kwakona exactly. Sesikulevela leyo kathesi. Ngithemba ngicela sibekezelele kuzalunga council. Ngiyathemba you'll be very happy. Uzabela sokumuntu othabileyo council. Ngiyabonga Your Worship. Kodwa ubulawa ngithemba usezandleni eziright. Akonakali imanagement la ngithembile mina. Town clerk ngithembile. Ngeke ubulawa yafa nje kodwa azayivusa lina abafana. Ngiyabonga me.
Item 21.
I recall that there was also a donor or investor Ansakhumbuli Zanqondisi, who wanted to do all our street lights. Again, I want to send a request to the committee to produce a report what happened to that investment that was coming again for free. It was not going to cost council anything. Someone was going to light the whole city, all streets, and put advertising material. And so there was that arrangement. So please, committee, before we go, can you again produce a report and tell the whole world what happened to that? Thank you, Worship.
Councillors, we now move to the report of Town Lands and Planning Committee. We will ask the chairperson of the committee, Councillor P. Moyo, to give us the...
Thank you, Worship. I move that the report of the Town Lands and Planning Committee meeting held on the 20th June 2023 as submitted be received and the various recommendations contained therein be adopted.
What I was saying, any issues arising from the report? What I was saying?
Move.
Now we move to the report of the General Purposes Committee meeting on 26th. I move that the report of the General Purposes Committee meeting held on the 23rd of June as submitted be received and various recommendations contained therein be adopted. Seconded. Any issues arising from the report? Thank you. We now move to the report of Finance and Development Committee. We will ask the chairman to report us equipment.
At least I can tell. Thank you, Worship. I move that the report of the Finance and Development Committee meeting held on the 27th of June 2023 as submitted be received and the various recommendations contained therein be adopted. Thank you, Worship.
Thank you. Any seconded? Seconded? Any issues?
Thank you, Worship, once again. Thank you, Finance Committee, for collecting revenue. But it's now almost 1 year, 6 months. We are still waiting for smart parking as promised. What we are only seeing are lines being drawn on potholes. So we urge you, the committee, it's either we urge the committee to give citizens fair services so that at least they will appreciate your efforts.
Councillor Batra, do you sit with the engineering committee?
Yeah.
Do you sit the engineering committee?
Yeah, I'm talking about finance.
No, I'm saying, I'm just asking, do you sit the engineering committee?
Yes.
Thank you. Actually, what this committee does is to receive money.
From TT.
Whether it's from smart parking or bed parking or historious parking, they just receive the money. The person who draws those lines, who manages, who draws that line, who maintains that project thing, it's you who must maintain the road. So here we're talking about the money that was received. Thank you very much. Any issue? What are you saying about the report? No, there is nothing to explain because it does not concern this committee. Actually, we'll transfer it to a committee so that we respond to him. Councillor S. Moyo, please.
Item 4, Your Worship.
Income and expenditure.
To the committee, I think it's important ukuthi sichasisele ama residents on their bills. angithi inflation iyakhwela abadala bayabe bengakwazi. Lastly they were paying almost 25,000 khathesi babona amabhili sengama 260 and babe sebekhangela ukuthi sesikhuphulile ini intengo. Ngiyacela ukuthi kuyadingakala ukuthi li explain ukuthi okwenza kube njalo kuyini. Abadala abaningi babe bengakwazi ukuthi inflation likubeke kube sobala ukuthi kwenzakalani. Ngoba abadala abaningi bayehlule ukubhadala becabanga ukuthi bayarojwa i-council ngama-bills akhona khona.
Thank you, Moyo. I just want to ask the committee, what are they doing with our monies being, when this inflation is eroding? They are not working out on, they are not financing our project as expected.
Which project?
The Ward Detention Fund project.
Yeah, like that. Now, anything so that we give the committee to respond. Councillor Moyo and then Councillor Moyo.
Thank you, Worship. On the same item.
Which?
Item 13, air retention.
Yes.
Well, I remember last time we did a debate going up. But it seems we Tina sends it talk show to just come here and say things, but no one bothers to implement. See, unfortunately, silabanye bethu ababuya bezoyira worship. Ukuthi babephonga ukuthi thwa siyabonga i-committee le i-management. But abantu babuhlungu phandle le. We are asking them as councillors, we are encouraging them to pay their bills on time. But we write our proposals ukuthi i-ward retention ayenze so nothing happens. Incwadi ziyahlala ema-ofisini. So angikwazi ukuthi siyaziphonga ukubuya nje lapha sizokhuluma nothing akula muntu implementayo. Angikwazi expect ukuthi izakhamizi bezo implement while le management iyabe ikhangele a certain department and they are not doing anything. Minimum retention yami sengayiletha khathesi sile this is my second year new council akula thosola izwayo inflation yayiphomba uyishaya nje. But we come here with debate ngoba I remember last time our debate was very heated up. Sikhuluma about retention, but still up to now, siyasphere futhi lokho sikhuluma well. Thank you.
On this issue of ward retention, Your Worship, I believe that something must be done so that we don't keep coming here to make noise. Is it a scheme? What kind of an animal is it? Number one. My learned colleague, Councillor Gora, in one of the council meetings, he said, whatever you are, the belief or the understanding was that there shall be a separate account for each and every ward where this money can be limited, right? No, you can't, of course. It is my right to say whatever I want to hear. Then the committee will respond. The reason why things are not moving, let's revisit this animal. I remember it was the 2016 or the 2017 council resolution which came with the word retention. It has got a constitution. What does the constitution of word retention say? We need to fully understand it so that we don't come and do popcorns here, Your Worship. When we know the contents of that constitution, it will guide us as policymakers here, right? So that maybe we don't criticize, we know, okay, lapana kunje. Your Worship. Secondly, when I send my proposal, I don't need to follow it. It's wrong. Because we have got somebody we have employed to do that job. Ilomkhathi phela kamkhatsha ukuthi ngikubhalele igwali ukuthi yenza so kumele njole ngikulandele ofisini yakho ngigijima nama office akani yahlanje. My role is very simple I'm a policy maker. You formulate a policy, you have got oversight role. Nxa sengilandela ngigijima lapha I think I will be involving myself or interfering with the executive. Do you understand? They know what they are supposed to do when the paper is tabled before them. They know that they are supposed to communicate. Look, councillor, what you said, this is whether in writing or through a phone call. So may this issue of what detention cause, I think finance committee, before we also go, we have been requested as engineering committee. So I want to charge the finance committee right now, Your Worship, that they must also produce a report before we go. What did they do? How many projects did they finance in the 29 wards? The projects which were submitted, which were supposed to finance as finance committee, so that we do a proper handover. Thank you, Your Worship.
Councillor Chigora, then Councillor
I'll start with what retention. It is very unfortunate that in every council we are talking about it and not understand it. It's either we understand it, but we something that is getting into our heads, we don't like it. But that is what it is. Last council I spoke about it to say, as long as there is no separate account, Councillor Mabut, you talk about it today, and the next council you talk about it. So please, can you help us fix that one? Please don't stand up again in the next council as long you know there's no separate account for it. Let's forget about it. It was whether by default or by design, or I don't know, you can put a word suitable. So yes, 3% retention is taken from the residents, but it's supposed to be deposited somewhere so that it is not used. So if you are saying yes, then we are together. I think I've answered that one. I've attempted to answer that one. Smart parking. I am not very sure what you call smart. Because when you go there, you park, you are supposed to pay. That's the deal. Smartness. So when you are asking, Uguti, we want it to be smart. What is smart? Please elaborate what you mean. You are getting into parking, you pay. Maybe you are saying you are paying more than what you are affording. I'm not very sure. If that is the subject, we have always said, what is the fair figure? No one in this council, and even the residents, even in my own groups, my residents' groups, I have said to them, how much is fair? We started with $1 per 30 minutes. We then went, listened to the people. We said $1 for an hour. There are people who are saying still it's expensive. So how much? How much do you think it should be? And please justify. Because you can't just take a figure from the air and say, from $1 we want to pay 30 cents. That is what we can afford. Because that's what people are saying. Please charge us what we can afford. Who is charged what he is able to pay in this country? Any transaction you do, any, from school fees, bus fare, the coke that you drink, your whatever, there is no transaction in this world that is based on what you can afford or what you want. It is based on cost recovery issues. So let's start from there. If you feel really there's something wrong about this parking business, just bring that to the committee, your suggestions, your submissions, and the committee will sit down and look at it. But remember, this contract was already signed based on these issues, on how much is the partner going to pour into the business, how is he going to recoup his money, it was based on these figures that we are talking about. So smart, maybe you are referring to those magnets that we started with. You want to see a magnet on the parking bay, then you will be satisfied that it's a smart. I'm not very sure. I think I have tried to respond to that. Inflation, your worship. Ukuthi kulo muntu ongawaziyo ukuthi kule inflation lapha eZimbabwe la. I'm not very sure. Ugogo uyawazi inflation. Ngoba ungamniki 50 bond. Uyakutshela ukuthi imali leyo ayisasebenzile. You are already talking about inflation. Try it with your kid, with your young boy, alderman, going to school. Give him 50 bond. He will tell you good. He will not mention inflation, but he will tell you that this money does not buy. So out there, people know that the money that we are offloading into council is not buying. This is why everyone is going for Zipit, EcoCash. If the only business in town, Kates, what is it all about? People come from home into town, sit by the corner without any cent. By the end of the day, they have got money. They go back home. When I was growing up, it was never the case. You don't get into town without a cent and then you have money when you go back. That's not an economy. So this council, your worship, will never move forward unless the national economic fundamentals are addressed, unless inflation. I've heard today they are saying the growth rate to our GDP has gone up by 6%. We are used to okay, thank your worship, please teach these people.
Thank you so much, your worship. You know, as I live in August, your worship, one thing I will miss this finance committee. It's got very robust members who are like, they make my life very easier. Your worship, I was talking to one resident. Anyway, let me just answer Councillor Moyo first on bills. You're saying in Bogogo they were paying 25,000. Now they're paying 206. Yes. That translates to about $33. $30. Remember, our budget was $29. So basically, I'm talking of $2 increase because of the inflation which was talking about. I think the biggest challenge we have with our residents out there is Tina, as councillors, were failing to explain indexing, inflation, which is what he's talking about. If we are well versed with that, Tina, is ourselves as councillors, I will tell you we will not have so many problems. Because the challenge we have is, in Pumula, for example, because that's why they fail to then tell the residents why they have to pay 206,000. Your worship, that bill, I think we take it for granted, the statement from council. It talks of 5 kilometers for free. People will say, well, we can't see it, where is free here? But if you can't then explain to them that your first 5 kilometers is for free, I'm coming to you. Your question is, what go paying 25,000? Accepted. Okay. Okay. No. Okay. I will through the chair, obviously. Okay. Then the issues are around projects. Financed by ward retention. I don't want to also overemphasize on the process where it starts from Joe, go and submit your project there. Maybe Joe directs it to electrical, depending on what project you are doing. Finance is not involved at all in all those processes until someone from electrical comes and say, I've got a PV here, I want this to be paid. If Mpunzi then fails to pay, then you have an issue with finance. But ours is to pay, we're just gatekeepers. We don't decide whether to pay or not. We're told you have to pay because my vote is there. We don't have any job to do at next finance. Your money, what retention fund, please apply as normal through the process, especially for those who are remaining. you continue to enjoy the word retention, and please continue to follow the processes. Like Councillor Moyo Mpumes was talking of his project 2 years ago. I'm not so sure what project it was. But for as long as you are going to build a clinic, it's a capital project. Before you know to do the numbers, you're above 10,000. They'll tell you have to go through a tent. So sorry, I'm talking through the chair so that you can also come through. Depending on whatever project they're doing. If it's a capital project, it will always stall, because if it goes beyond certain numbers, then you can feel like up. I'm just saying maybe what we need to do is to revisit this whole word retention and say, let it work for us. Maybe it's not working for us. I think that should be the challenge. The challenge is not finance. Finance is very clear about what they need to do when they get an invoice. Thank you, Worship.
On the other note, Chairman, I think these word retention projects are coming onto the wrong committee. I think the committees that are affected by the project should be the one reporting to council, because you cannot finance what you have not been given. So maybe the papers will be not complete, then the councillors will then say the finance committee is not doing its job. So I think the wrong committee has been managing this thing. So I think we need a department. I'm happy because this council resolves to have a monitoring and evaluation officer. I think the coming in, when the time is right, when the person comes in, then the project will move. What are we saying?